All right, so now that we've got half of the kind of the profile of the skateboard that we want, um, we're going to mirror this to the other side, assuming that the tail and the nose are the same. And we're going to make that assumption here. Nothing fancy, I guess, in this skateboard. So what we will do is while we are still here in the surfacing tools, we can just drop this down and go to mirror. Okay, and the object that we want to mirror is this. We can just hover over it and click on it once. And then the mirror plane is going to be, oops, wrong. I'm going to shift, and the zoom key is this one here. So I want to get that highlighted and the mirror plane, right? And then click on that one. And it should pop up to the other side just like that. Okay, and it is working with faces. If for some reason it's something else, we want to go with faces because this thing, I think being paper thin is considered a face. So we'll click OK and see what it does. There we go. All right, so now we have the full kind of shape of the skateboard that we want without any vertical dimension on it. And if we look at bodies here, if we click this drop down here, it says body 1 and body 2. Oh no, it's two separate pieces. That's not what we wanted. So let's go ahead and go back into that mirror command and see if there was a way to make them join. And it does not look like there is. That's interesting. Let me go check my test skateboard to see what happened there. So if I go into here, I go into the mirror. Oops, I don't want that. The mirror function, it said new bodies. Oh, no. I'm going to cancel that. Go into the mirror function. Yeah, there's a join option, so I don't know why. Oh, I was in solid. So let's go back to maybe the solid mode there and see if that's an option. So if I go back to here, maybe it's bodies. If I make that bodies, oh, there we go. So if we click on the mirror back in the history, we double click on the mirror command that we made. Instead of faces, I take that back. Let's go make it a body. So go to bodies and then drop down the bodies and do join, and it should combine the two pieces hopefully. The mirror plane. Oh, so what body do you want to join? In this case, it'd be that one. So now we've got one selected, which would be that one. The mirror plane is that. We want to join them. One body joined to the other one. We'll click OK. And now we end up with one body there. So hold the shift key, hold the zoom wheel. One solid, or one continuous piece, even though you can select them individually. I guess there's a breakpoint there. Okay, so that looks all right. So the next thing we want to do is actually give it some three-dimensional shape to it. So I think if I go, still in the surface tools, go to create, go to thicken, and then the faces that you want to thicken, I guess we'll just hover over this. And since it is one body, now it's selecting as just one, so I'll click and let go. The thickness, I'm going to make that 7/16 of an inch, so 7/16. Whoops, I still wanted it to work on that, so I'm going to go down here to the history. I hit enter on accident. Double click. 7/16 of an inch. It's only pulling in one direction, just down. I'm going to make it go symmetric, so it goes half, 7/30 seconds up, 7/30 seconds down. I don't think it'll matter in the end, but we're just going to do that. I'll click OK. And there we go. Now we have our skateboard profile, a three-dimensional deal. I think that looks pretty good. If we didn't like the way the transition here looked, the cool thing about this thing having, like, I guess it's called parametric modeling, is like we can modify the parameters and those still will cascade down. The changes will propagate through. So if we go, so just for example, take the very first sketch. If I unhide it here, that's the one that defined the long side profile. So if I grab that dot that we were talking about, just click and hold and drag it down, you'll see that it actually changes everything about this skateboard. Both sides too, because this side's mirrored, it's copy, right? So if I want to do, and it'll work until you maybe break it. If you pull it out of bounds, like where it doesn't understand, then it won't. Like if I pull it too far up, I think it pops. Like it'll disappear. Yeah, I didn't understand that. So you can't make sense of that. So I think I still kind of like it like that. We'll leave it like that. Let's see if it pops back. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to make sure I save it, and we'll call it good, and we'll move on later. We'll see where we go to next. So I'm going to hit save. If I can find my mouse, there we go, save. User save, sure. Okay. All right, that's it.